Hello, everyone. It is Tuesday. We're back to our normal schedule, but Alan and I are kind of like rushing here because Alan was in traffic on a sales call. I have baseball again tonight. So we're going to slam this in, give you some amazing information, and then call it a day. Before I begin, I want to point this out because someone texted me and said, I only bought one cut, which I think you meant call for 150, and now it's worth 450. I already paid for the app. And that's what I like to hear. I like to hear you guys using the 5-minute app and profiting from it, because $37 a week, you can easily make that up trading momentum with the app. What Alan and what I stumbled upon earlier today, and it's interesting because I told somebody, I want to get these out before, so there's enough time for you guys to react to them. But on the other hand, you want to run these earnings as close to the bell as possible. If you notice, this was taken at 2:41, so basically 20 minutes before the close. Lazy Boy reports after the bell. And if you notice, 10 times puts, 3 times puts, 3 times puts. So theoretically, you're thinking, okay, this is a good short. But then 5 minutes before the close, I reran the scan, and look what came in. 10 times the call volume. Now, and if you look at Lazy Boy after hours, it's up almost 12%. So I think that's what we're starting to realize, is that these players that kind of know where the stock is going to go, they don't want to announce their direction too early. They don't want to give away their hand. So I think this last 15 minutes is somewhat critical. And I've started working on that. If you know, this is an example of pulling the SPY, which I need to sort and work on a little bit. And I thought I had what reports before the bell tomorrow. So KFY reports before the bell and Winnebago reports before the bell. Now, if you remember Thor, when we looked at it a week or two ago, Thor was showing puts, but yet I believe it rose the next day after earnings. So kind of be aware of that. I'm frantically trying to clean this earnings app up. Theoretically, I can give it to you like this. But what I'm hoping that you guys can do is be able to run it right before the close and look for those 15-minute volumes either coming in or going out. So hopefully you guys can take that information. I may just, instead of sorting it, because right now you have KFY full day, Winnebago full day, KFY 60 minutes, Winnebago 60 minutes. Theoretically, I'd like to group them by stock. But I don't know if I'm going to get that in the next half day or so. So I may just release this like it is. And the interesting thing is that I've actually added where you can pick an individual stock. I think one of the members requested that.
So you're saying that not even if it has earnings, you could just pick a stock.
Right, exactly. Like if I go here, I select the stock, let's say Cliff. And you guys may recognize this from the 5-minute trading app. Now, this thing is actually running. I don't have the progress bar in it yet, but I know that it's running. So we'll come back to that. But I'd like to be able to add that progress bar in there as well. And maybe I'll do that tonight. but we have a couple baseball games to go to. So, but I'm trying to release a new earnings app to you guys because I'd like you guys to run it. Helen, how's your days been going? You're back from Tahoe, right?
Yeah, I like Tahoe. Tahoe is nice. Yeah, I was actually, it wasn't on well, I was on a call, but I like what you got there, because when I ran the earnings 3 years ago, that is one of the tools I use, is what happened the last 15 minutes. But I think you're hitting a soft spot there. So I wonder if you could do 15 minutes, 10 minutes, and 5 minutes. Because I don't think the 60 minutes does anything for you. Because my experience in the big traders, they get in at in the last 30 minutes, and they're usually they don't trade the last 5. But it'd be interesting just to see, because now we just saw this on Lazy Boy, and it's amazing, because what happened is that they went ahead and all came in at the end and kind of fooled everybody. So what you're seeing here is total manipulation. They're making the stock do whatever they want to do. So that's the key thing right there. Yeah. Why am I dressed like this? It's 100 degrees in Michigan.
Yeah, it's mid-90s here, and I gotta go sit watch my son play baseball.
Yeah, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and be in my party zone. So, yeah. So if we can go ahead and add those to it, and then I think we're getting close. Your earnings are not going to take place to probably August. I mean, you're getting some tail ones in there. That's usually what makes the market work. In regards to the markets, I told you they're going to calm down. This is normal. They go out of school, they go ahead and you have the big sell-off. Then the thing is that it mellows out, then it goes back up. Was today a surprise? Not even a little bit. I expected it. So the thing is if you got in on the 5-minute app, you should have got in Google in about 7 or 8 minutes after. Should have got in Visa. You should have got in a ton of these stocks. The one I was in was Raytheon. That was up $4 or $5. OPK after the bounce had a nice uptrend. They all had that uptrend, and they all followed that 5-minute. The only one that was actually was a put, which I thought was comical, was JetBlue and Save, which is Spirit. And supposedly they both should have been gone up on the buyout opportunity. So it's comical how that happens. Yeah. So the earnings app is going exactly the way I saw it to go. Brian's doing a good job putting it to computer test and stuff. I think this is going to be a game changer. The key thing is that I found in earnings you have to have 3 things. You always had to have the big hitter, you had to have a hammer, and you had to have a follow through. But what I'm seeing here is that the reason that I wanted Brian to come up with these things, which I really don't want you to touch anything else with it, because you're on to something, is that if you go ahead and have the puts tell you it's good to go, 30 minutes tells you it's good to go, 15 minutes tells you it's good to go, whatever, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. What it is that you're looking for 3 pieces of information to give you a go on the trade, because you don't want 1 piece of information, you want 3. And so again, if the volume is there on the puts, and then you go ahead and 15 minutes or so, or 30 minutes, you got a green light to keep with the trade. You got another green light at 10 minutes and another one at 5 minutes. You got 4 pieces of information telling you it's a good trade. You go ahead and take the trade. It's a 90% rule. So you want 4 things to collaborate or tell you about the trade. And the thing is that I was always looking for a thing to get out of the trade. And that, if you would have been buying puts and saw those calls, then would have been my trigger to get out.
Right, yeah.
You would have lost your money. But I guarantee you going up $2.72, probably nobody's making any money anyways, but only people that own the stock.
Right,
So,
yeah, on the stock, yeah. I mean, that was a big flag. I mean, see that
Yeah.
huge line come through. So, and that's the thing, you need to run this as close, you have to do a couple of pieces pretty close to the close. You need to run this app, you need to look at the option chain to say, yeah, here's your hammer, here's your big player or whatever kind of thing. And it would help to kind of look at the chart to see, where the SMA is. And
I think the thing is we're on to something, because if we recall, when I gave the trade, I didn't give the green light to like 5 to 10 minutes before the end of the day, because what I was looking for is who was piling in, where was the money going? Because the thing is they like to hide it. They don't want to throw the big bets out. And I was using Thinkorswim to track those late trades. But I like this. Great job, Brian.
cool, awesome, thank you. Yeah, I was just gonna go look at, and Lazy Boy trades 2.5 wide spreads or strikes.
Mhm.
See, so the 22.5 calls were $1.70. Let's just say $1.80, 22.50. Plus,
It basically went up $2.70. So you're going to make $1,000 on the trade.
430, 20, yeah.
So there you go. That would have paid for it. So I think it's going to actually run tomorrow. I think the markets might run tomorrow up again. At least another 200 points, and I think we'll have a retracement, but we'll see.
It kind of feels like there's not as much volume in the market.
I told you it's low volume.
Things kind of
Everybody's
explode.
away. Yeah.
Yeah, things kind of explode at the open and then kind of mellow out. There's not as many huge candles that come along. So
Yeah, and it's not even exploding. It's all done in pre-market, which is manipulated. Only the insiders are usually doing it. So
yeah. So
well, excellent, Brian. Keep up with that. Again, lose the 60 minutes. That's not doing us any good. Let's do the 30, 15, and if you can fit it in 10 and 5 and see what happens.
yeah, definitely.
And then what we'll do is we'll eliminate one of those. I'm thinking you're going to eliminate you're probably going to do, because the problem is the 5 minutes probably not going to give you a long enough time period, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But it might.
Yeah. One last thing before we go, here's my screen. And remember how we picked Cliff? So,
Wow.
And again, so here's a 624 strike, and then here's a 715 strike, the monthly, basically for next month. So
Yeah, but I like the last 15 minutes. That's a very strong position.
oh yeah. So
Now,
yeah, like I said, I gotta add that progress bar to let you guys know that it's still running, that the app hasn't stuck. And then I think I am gonna just try to release this and get this in the Play Store for everybody. So
yeah, I think the thing is that I think we're this is great information, and let me give you my take on why this is happening. Cleveland Cliffs and the steel stocks probably are going to tank in the next 30 days, because there's a lot of behind information going on that they're pushing Biden to go ahead and get away with get rid of the China tariffs. That is going to kill the steel stocks.
well, and when you mentioned steel, you mentioned U.S. Steel. We saw that gap up a couple of days ago, like pre-announcement of earnings, and I think it's back to where it was, before that jump. I mean, it's back down under 20.
Yeah.
So that pre-earnings announcement really, it boosted the stock for a day, but that was about it. Now we're back down to sub 20. So
And it couldn't come back. You know how the stocks all went back up? I went ahead and Cleveland Cliffs. I killed it on ExxonMobil. Could have made 15 grand. I made 6. 6 grand's fine with me. But I knew the market was going to go back up, so I bought U.S. Steel, the 25 calls. No, not 25. I think it was 22.50 calls. I got them cheap. It was $250 for 50. It couldn't get back to the open on the calls.
right, yeah.
Yeah, so that was a clear indication that US Steel's got some problems.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay. Well, thank you.
All right, I will be dressed to play next week.
Hopefully you guys
Just
have a,
wanted to break it up.
yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of the week. Like and subscribe this channel, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, everyone.
All right.